Hey there, News and Observer fans. It's Gary Keith coming to you live from my basement studio here in Clarksburg, West Virginia. I have a big announcement to make. I actually recorded this video the other night, but I wasn't 100% sure yet, so I didn't share it. But now it's official. Stay tuned. I have some big news. Here it comes. My name is Gary Keith. Today, I am announcing that I am running for the Clarksburg Water Board. I am not running because this is a convenient time, or because I have always dreamed of being on the water board. I am running because I feel a presence like mine is necessary to correct the actions of the water board. Right now, a lot of people in this city are angry at the water board. They have every right to be. Projects are dragging on. Roads are torn up and left unfinished. Bills are high. Questions go unanswered. Information feels hard to get, even when it should be public. And on top of all of that, people keep getting hit with rate increases that feel unfair, poorly explained, and disconnected from the reality of the service provided. When rates go up again and again, the public deserves clear answers. Why now? How much? Where the money is going. Too often those answers are vague or missing entirely. But there is a deeper issue that cannot be ignored. For years, this community has lived with elevated toxic lead levels in the water. That is not a talking point. That is a public health failure. We have known since the 70s lead poisoning was a serious danger. We are only getting it fixed 50 years later when forced by the EPA. Toxic lead is dangerous. There is no safe level. It is especially harmful to children, pregnant women, the elderly, and pets. What makes this worse is not just that the problem existed, it is how it was handled. Instead of full disclosure, the public was met with minimization and denial. In some cases, there are still attempts to deny that lead levels were ever elevated at all. And while people were worried about what was coming out of their taps, the Water Board chose to highlight taste awards. They claimed that EPA testing was flawed, and the water is and always was fine. Lead is tasteless. This poison does not announce itself in flavor, and they are very aware of that. This is pure propaganda. Bragging about how water tastes while avoiding honest discussion about contamination is unethical. It violates the most basic duty of a public utility. Protect public health. Tell the truth, even when that truth is uncomfortable. They also felt they deserved a raise right in the middle of this crisis. People who are not angry right now just are not paying attention. The failure comes from a lack of accountability, a lack of proper oversight, and a lack of transparency. Those failures are not accidents. They are symptoms of how this system has been structured and allowed to operate for years. I know this firsthand. I have dealt directly with the Water Board. I have asked questions that should have been easy to answer. I have filed FOIA requests just to see basic records. I have filed ethics complaints when accountability was ignored. Just like you, I have watched road work handled poorly with no clear responsibility for fixing it. I have watched rate increases approved with little public justification and almost no follow-up. What I learned is this: the problem is not one project. The problem is not one rate increase. The problem is a system with no clear accountability. That is why I am running. I am running to demand accountability, not just going forward, but for how we got here. Public agencies do not get to erase history. Past decisions matter. Past spending matters. And past failures to disclose health risks matter most of all. I am running to insist on proper oversight. Oversight means that when rates increase, there is a documented plan. When infrastructure fails, there is a public explanation. When health risks exist, there is immediate disclosure and independent verification. No more distractions, No more excuses. I am running to force real transparency, not transparency after pressure, not transparency after lawyers get involved. I mean proactive transparency, testing data that is easy to find, decisions explained in plain language before they are made, not defended after the fact. My campaign will not be about personalities. It is not about grudges. It is about governance and public trust. If you are angry, I hear you. If you are worried about your water, you are right to be. And you deserve better. Anger alone will not fix this. The people need an agent on the inside. What fixes broken systems is disciplined oversight, real accountability, and transparency that does not disappear when it gets uncomfortable. That is what I am offering. The water board should work for the public. It should protect public health, and it should tell the truth. That is why I am running. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to my announcement. I will represent you and fix the water board if elected. Vote for me, and you will not be disappointed. I do not want to join their club and be part of the problem. I want to be the solution.